want to talk about some dilation. So the couple of questions I'm going to ask you to do would be to maybe tell me what the coordinates would be after a given transformation or dilation of a certain amount. And then what would the graph actually look like? How would you graph it after a given dilation scale factor? Okie dokie. So the first one has a scale factor of 0.5. So what you want to do is take all these coordinates and, we're starting with a shape that looks like the one that's given to you by these coordinates. And we want it to be a scale factor of 0.5. That's half of the original size. So what do you think we need to do with all these coordinates? Divide them by 2. So our D prime coordinate will be divided by 2 on both of these. So those will both be -1s. Our E prime, which was our image coordinates, let's see, -2 divided by 2 would be -1, and 0 will remain unchanged. And then F prime will be a +1, because both of those are positive. And then for G, the first one's going to be a little bit tricky, but if you take half of 3, that's 3 over 2. As a decimal, though, we want 1.5 because that's easier to graph. And then half of -2 is just -1. So what you could do is go ahead and plot all 4 of those. And that shape, how big should it be in relation to the one that you would have originally plotted? It will be half of the size because this is a dilation of 0.5. And this next one, you're told what the dilation is, you're given the graph, and we're going to choose which one is the best representation of what that would look like. So let's talk about how you can calculate this dilation. One way is you could go and list these points. Like for W, we know our coordinate is -1, 2. All right. And if we're doing a scale factor by 2, W prime should be twice that same coordinate, both the coordinates multiplied by 2. So it'd be -2, 4. All right, we do know how to do that. Well, let's really review what this means when it's about the origin. So if you look at the origin, let's count left, right, up, down to get to W. So from the origin, that's where the center of the dilation is. We would go left 1 and then up 2. All right. So if we want to double that by a scale factor, the scale factor double, we want to go, instead of just left 1 up 2, we want to go left 2 up 4 from the origin. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's really the same thing you're doing. We just kind of take it for granted sometimes because we can just multiply those coordinates. But that's what the center of the dilation means. You are magnifying those points from that center. So if we've already got that one figured out, I bet we've got enough to figure out which one of these we need. Let's see. We're looking for a W prime -2, 4. And okay, so we know it's not one of these. Those aren't looking like what we need. But from here, let's see, we've got -2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's this one. Let's just double check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I believe we're looking at choice A here. Now, we had 2 that were close. We could go back over here and double check some other ones. So like V, we know it is 2 units from the center of dilation in the negative direction. So if it's double that, it would be down at 4. So let's just double check and make sure on choice A we're down at -4. Here we are. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So choice A would be your answer there.